This is Scott Bauer on the floor of the CME Group, and another unexpected muted day in the markets today. The main indices off of their record levels, but really hovering around the flat line for most of the day. Cisco had extremely poor results this morning and a really poor outlook due to the health of the global economy. But on the other hand, we saw Walmart this morning come out with some surprisingly really good earnings, decent guidance, even though their stock, which was up pretty big this morning, ended the day at the flat line. The consumer really continues to be the strongest part of the economy, and hopefully that leads to a very robust holiday shopping season, and we might get a glimpse of that tomorrow morning with the big retail sales report that's due out. So all eyes will be on that tomorrow morning. China and Japan overnight released some pretty poor economic numbers, GDP, retail sales. Their economies continuing to take a hit, much due to the continuing U.S.-China tariff issue. And so far that really hasn't crept over to the economy here, but certainly people are watching very, very closely. The bond market today took a hit. So buyers of bonds rates took a hit today, lowest level we've seen in a week or so. We'll see if that continues as bond rates, were up towards their highest end last week of where they've traded really over the last 6 months or so. We'll see if that continues. Yesterday, ES option data, about 480,000 options traded, 70% on the put side, which is really the high of what we've seen for quite some time now. Maybe some buyers coming into the market just trying to get a little protection or so. The volume leaders, end of month, end of week 3, November 28-30 puts, about 8,000 of those traded. We also saw December 27-10 puts trade 6,800 times. The end of month, end of week 3, November 3,070 puts, so right there, right at the money, traded 5,400 times. And then on the call side, we saw December 3,200 calls trade about 4,900 times. Now with retail sales number coming out tomorrow morning, that could be a market mover. The E-mini option data is pricing in a move tomorrow of about $15, going out to next Friday, a move of about $35. Bitcoin has been really calm, really very, very tightly traded here, very, very tight range, low volume. When we see that for an extended period of time, that typically is kind of the calm before the storm here. Bitcoin is really coming down, retesting that 50-day moving average around 8,600 or so, which could be a critical telltale of what that next move might be. Scott Bauer on the floor of the CME Group.